presentation by using hand gestures. Now, everything comes with a limit. If I spend this entire presentation smiling, you think I had something wrong. If I spend this entire presentation frowning, something else is wrong. Okay, so I can use facial expressions to help reiterate a point, especially if that point has an emotion that would be attached to it. You can also use energy gestures. I tend to use my hands, right? So I find sometimes using my advanced slide clicker thing to move forward helps me limit. I tend to put my hand in my pocket. Something I tend to do at the start of class with things in my pockets. So I dump them. I was in my pocket. This is in my pocket. At some point, I had a quarter in my pocket. Oh, I put it in my back pocket so I couldn't find it. Right? Because my hand was warm and it was sticking. I was like, what's in my pocket? I'm going to do this and it's going to be flying out. Right? So empty your pockets. Empty your pockets, empty your pockets, and empty your pockets. Because there's nothing worse than somebody giving an entire presentation doing this, right? The nervous twitch of the twiddling, change in your pocket, whatever it is, all people start to notice. And all of a sudden your message doesn't mean anything. So, facial expressions, energy gestures. What the audience is seeing, going to help you with your message. And then we get to visual aids. Okay. Whatever your visual aids are, we've already answered this question, but they are for the audience. It doesn't matter what type of visual aid it is. It is always there for the audience and never there for you. This is one of those cases where I'm saying, do what I say, not as I do. Because I use my PowerPoint presentation to use sometimes for me. So what might a visual aid be? It could be an object, a scale model, photo, chart or a graph, video, demonstration, the list goes on. Okay, let's focus quickly on objects, scale models, and demos. So these are sort of tangible items. These are things that you have brought into your presentation that you can typically hold or really see as tangible items. So why are you going to use them? Well, we might be explaining a concept to your audience so they can understand. If you're trying to explain friction, you might bring in props that allow you to demonstrate friction in action with a ramp and a block, right? There's a very famous physics professors who like to use pendulum, right? Have a student stand here, the pendulum by their face, let it go. The student quickly learns that it shouldn't come back to energy, not gaining energy, right? Or you're trying to help emphasize a point. So perhaps you're trying to explain the CN tower, right? You're trying to really just help people see and understand just how tall the CN tower was when it was constructed. You might bring in a scale model that has the CN tower versus the next highest building when it was constructed, really to help emphasize just what that kind of scale was when the CN tower was constructed.